Hi guys, it's me. Welcome back. Thanks for viewing my videos. This one is a pretty special video for me. And I'm gonna try and make it through without crying, which is gonna be hard because I'm already starting. Happy birthday to a dear friend. Um, yeah, happy birthday. Terry Dawson. He died about 2.5 years ago, and he was a very close friend of mine. He actually worked for me um, a few years ago, and I always said thank you, and I always appreciated what he did because he did more than work for me. He was a, a very good friend, and he helped me. He helped talk me through a lot of situations and give me clarity when I needed it the most. When I was stuck in a rain cloud, he helped me out. Um, yeah, so my job is to tell stories about him so he'll live on. And I tell stories about him regardless, so might as well share some of the stories of us hanging out with you guys. Let's see. Which one do I want to start with? I have like three stories real quick. One I told at his funeral. The other two I didn't. I should have. Okay, so we'll start off with the ice cream story. Um, I had we had just came from work. We were chilling at his house, and we had just smoked, so we had the munchies. And I'm like, yo, I want some ice cream. I want some blase blase. So we ended up getting like checkers. So I'm like, I get the cone, and we're in the car. We go through the drive-through. We get the cones. They get their food. Blah blah blah. I'm driving, and I got some munchies, and I'm hungry as hell, and I haven't had ice cream in a while. So I'm going crazy on this ice cream cone. And there's only one way you could really eat an ice cream cone. So I'm like, eating an ice cream cone. And I'm not thinking about anybody. Like, Terry's in the front seat with me, and we're like joking and laughing. And like, just as I'm about to pull out of Checkers, somebody outside, it's like, damn, girl, you licking that ice cream cone. And I'm like, I couldn't even, it was kind of dark, so I could not see who said that. And I'm like, I look at Terry and we bust out laughing. But I'm pissed. I'm like, damn, Terry, I can't even eat an ice cream cone in the car without a motherfucker harassing me. It was funny though, like because we were just talking about random stuff and we did not expect a random guy to say that. Yeah. So he was like, damn, you licking that ice cream cone right. I was like, oh God. We busted out laughing. Really good story. Okay. The second story, um, Terry is Terry had a really outgoing personality. He was really, really nice. And he would he would help you out if you needed it. Um and he was there for you. He was a real friend. Um okay, so he was outgoing. He was loud, rambunctious, and I think that's what he helped me with most of all. Like I'm outgoing and I have a personality, but just being around that kind of energy was just awesome. Sorry guys, I'm gonna twist out my hair. It's not ready yet. So I gotta put a cap on because it's looking kind of crazy. Um yeah, so anyways, I'm looking at the thing right now. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to tell the story. Okay, so these were one of the times he moved to Alabama with me for my business, him and a couple of other guys. And I'll never forget that. That's a major step. But during that time, he would go back to Atlanta. for the weekends and stuff like that. He would ride the bus, do what he had to do, and handle business. So one of the times I'm on the phone with him, and we would talk on the phone for like an hour. We'd be working or whatever, and he would tell me stories about what's going on right now, who's his little girlfriend is, blase blase. And one day he's in the parking lot talking about one of the girls, and he's so excited and he's screaming. He's like, Alicia, I cannot believe this. Like, he's so loud. He's like, it's crazy. And I know he's like flailing his arms. He's a tall guy with a mohawk, or he might have had like a mohawk lock thing going on at this time. But he's like super excited, screaming, blase blase. We've been talking for 30 minutes, and he's like, man, let me call you back. This cop is showing up. And I'm like, all right. So I hang up. Now I'm a little worried because he is loud and whatever. So he calls me back, and he's like, you'll never guess what happened. And I'm like, what happened? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, he's like, the cop just came up to me, and I'm like, is there a problem, sir? And he's laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck is he laughing about? Like, what's funny? And he's like, well, we got a call, a 911 call for a guy yelling at himself and acting crazy. And they told us to come, but what they didn't say is that he was wearing a suit and had a Bluetooth headset in his ear. And I'm like, it was just crazy because that would only happen to him. And it was funny to me. I don't know if it's funny to you guys, but I'm going to tell one more story. And I'm going to give you guys a braces update like in like 2 days. Sorry, I've been super busy and tired. Okay, so the last story I actually told at his funeral. And this is like just a summary of who he was. Okay, so like I was saying, we were in Alabama, and this was one of the days where he was staying the weekend in Alabama, but he knew he had a court date, and he was like, I'm just gonna pay it online. He's like 2 days before his court date, he tries to pay it, and you cannot pay it 2 days before your court date. It has to be sooner than that. So he tells me, he's like, yo, I have to get to court or else they're going to send out a bench warrant. So I'm like, all right, like, what can I say? Like, I'm not going to have my friend go to jail. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So we get in the car, and I'm tired. He's tired. I start driving. It starts raining hard as hell, and I pull over, and I end up going to sleep. He wakes me up. He's like, yo, here, I'm gonna drive. And it's still raining. I'm like, I don't mess with the rain and driving, especially on the highway. So he starts driving. Now we end up getting pulled over, and it just so happens that we might have a little green on us. And so we get pulled over, and nothing happens, basically. He's like, oh, it smells like marijuana. And I'm like, oh, well, we just got finished smoking. Because we're not going to lie. And so he ends up searching our car, like going in the trunk, doing all that, searching the car for like a half an hour. So now we're off schedule by a half an hour, plus the time that I went to sleep. And I'm like, Jesus, like, okay, let's get this together. He didn't find anything. There was nothing to find. So, I'm sorry. I gotta recall everything that happened because this was a crazy night. So we ended up getting shooed off. We started driving again, and it was my tail light was out. That's what it was. And so we got pulled over another time the same night. And he just let us go pretty much. And then, so we're driving, and I get a flat tire in the middle of the night on the freeway in Alabama, almost Alabama. It was close to the Georgia Alabama border. So I'm like, fuck, like this is just tonight is trying us. Like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like it was just it was a lot to handle that day, and so Terry like gets out, and we're by an exit. So he gets out and he runs across the freeway. Now I don't know what he saw or where he went, but he goes running across the freeway and he jumps the fence. I'm like, the fuck is this ninja doing for real? Because he looked like a little ninja, a big ninja. But he just ran over there, jumped across the fence, and he was gone for like 15 minutes because I had a spare, but I did not have the tools to change it. So it was another obstacle that we had to overcome or do or get over. So he's gone for like 15 minutes. I don't know where he's at. And then he pops up out of nowhere with with all the tools. Like I don't know where he went. I know there was no store open. He went out and he got it done, and that's who he was. He would just get out and handle business and get stuff done. Give me a second. Okay. He would handle business and get stuff done no matter what. That's just who he was. And he would make it happen. He made it happen that day. And that's just the kind of person he was. He helped me through a lot of emotional turmoil that I was going through with an ex and situations and stuff like that. And he helped me. He um he was awesome. Like he really was, and it's so sad that this happened to him. Um, he would tell me that God put me in his life for a reason, and I believed it. And he believed it, and it was a reason. I just didn't know it would be so short. Like I only got to hang out with him for a few years, and like we were really close. Like I didn't treat any of my employees the way I treated him. Yes, he was a real friend. He never like well, he might have talked. He probably did talk shit. He did talk shit behind my back, but not like crazy. Only when he was annoyed with me. But it is what it is. Even after we got into a big argument, we was still, and he stopped working for me. Like we would still hang out after that. Like that's the kind of like our our friendship was bigger than anything else. You know what I mean? Even though it wasn't quite the same, like it was still like we would call and have an hour conversation while he was at work in Alabama. You know what I mean? Like we would still look out for each other. And the weekend he died, I was supposed to meet him, and I was just tired and working a lot, and I was like, "Yo, can we meet another day?" And this kind of sucks because like I should have went and saw him. You know what I mean? But he knows. He knows how I feel about him, and he knows what's up. Yeah. So this is just. I know it's kind of sad. Sorry, but it's real. Like life is full of happiness, sadness, anger, like all sorts of shit. So you gotta you can't just stray away from the real stuff that happens in your life. And I want to make sure that he knows that I still remember him and I still think about him. Sorry, that's my dog. That's the dog in the background. Um, but thank you so much for watching. Um, oh, he's also a musician. He was a magician. A musician, not a magician. Okay, a musician. Sorry, it's the braces, y'all. Um, and I'm a super big fan of his. If you get a chance, I have some suggestions. Okay, Lobby Options. It's on SoundCloud. That was one of my favorite songs. Super crunk. Lobby Options by Terry Hawk, TerryHawk. Let's see. He has a whole bunch of jams. TikTok, um, by Terry Hawk. Oh, if you're a smoker, he has Rolling Strong, and it's a super good song. And then he has Geeked. Rolling Strong is one of my favorites. So, um, like I said, like I used to go to the studios with them. We had a lot of time together, and I think it was supposed to happen um, the way it went. Unfortunately, I would have changed some things personally, but not that many because we had some good times and awesome laughs. Yeah. So, I'm gonna go before this dog really messes up my video. But thank you guys for watching. Braces update coming soon. Check out his music if you get a chance. It's really good. Yeah. Terry, my dude, my homie. I miss you. Also, take pictures with people. Like I don't really take pictures, but I realized how important it was when he passed away because I didn't have any pictures of me and him together, even though we spent so much time. I am waiting for that video though, Miss Dawson. So please hook a sister up and actually send it to me. Okay, thank you guys. Love you. Um, my brother, my homie, my friend. I miss you. Happy birthday.